NASA is in a panic. What you are about to see was not supposed to exist. The James Webb Space Telescope looked back so far, right to the dawn of the Big Bang, and it turned out that everything we thought we knew no longer works. Our physics textbooks can be thrown away, and theories about the origin of the universe are cracking at the seams. Today we will analyze the images that broke science. Are you ready to see what NASA is afraid to explain? Before we get to the images, you must understand what we are looking with. James Webb is not just a camera. It is $10 billion worth of engineering madness. Its primary mirror is 21 feet in diameter and covered in a layer of real gold. Webb is located at the L2 Lagrange point, 1,000,000 miles away from us. Why did NASA take such a risk? Because we needed a thermal imager of the universe. The old Hubble telescope saw only visible light, which hit walls of cosmic dust. Webb sees through that dust the heat of the first stars. We thought we would see the beginning, but we saw something that made scientists fall silent in horror. Previously, we saw the pillars of creation as ghostly mountains of gas. NASA told us, these are just clouds where stars will someday appear. We believed it was an empty, dead region. Now look at Webb's image. It turned off the gas and revealed thousands of bright red dots. These are protostars. What is the bombshell? Webb detected complex organics right in the center of these clouds. This is not just gas, it is a broth, filled with the building blocks for creating life. Previously, we thought life was an accident on a single planet. Now we see that the universe is loaded with life at the level of the nebulae themselves. This is a systemic plan, not a mistake. Scientists are in shock because this means that life in the universe is the norm, not the exception. Stephan's Quintet, 5 galaxies in a deadly dance. Previously, we thought black holes grew over billions of years, gradually consuming neighboring stars. Webb's bombshell. It captured a supermassive black hole in the center of one of these galaxies that already existed in a finished state almost immediately after the creation of the world. Look at this glow. It is brighter than 40 billion suns. Why the panic? We do not know how these monsters grew so fast. This breaks the entire theory of cosmic evolution. They could not have appeared on their own from dust in such a short time. It looks as if they were built into the universe as energy stabilizers. Webb showed us engines that operate under laws unknown to us. This discovery NASA tried to smooth over for as long as possible. Planet K2-18b. Previously, we considered such planets uninhabitable water worlds with toxic gas. Webb did the impossible. It analyzed the light that passed through the atmosphere of this planet 120 light years away from us. It found methane, carbon dioxide, and dimethyl sulfide. On Earth, this compound is produced only by life, phytoplankton in the oceans. No natural inorganic processes that create this gas exist. Why is NASA in a panic? Because this is actually direct evidence of biological activity. We found an ocean where someone is breathing. This discovery threatens the foundations of our science. We are no longer alone, and Webb sees this clearly while officials scramble for words to tell us. And here is the main cause of NASA's nightmares: the deep field. Previously, Hubble saw only darkness and emptiness here. Webb revealed a bombshell. At a distance of 13.5 billion light-years, that is almost at the beginning of time, it found huge, perfectly formed disk galaxies. They look just like our galaxy today. What is the catastrophe for science? According to the Big Bang Theory, at this stage, galaxies were supposed to be small embryos. Chaos. Where did these mature giants come from? This is like finding a working iPhone during the excavation of the Egyptian pyramids. The panic is that these galaxies prove the universe is much older. Scientists from leading universities in the world have already begun to publish papers suggesting that the universe may be 26 billion years old. Our entire timeline of world history is just a fake, based on the imperfect instruments of the past. And now, something that used to be considered science fiction. Webb found objects that we initially mistook for distant galaxies, but scientists from the University of Texas put forward a shocking hypothesis. These are not galaxies, but solitary dark stars. Imagine a star that is millions of times more massive than the Sun. It is powered not by nuclear fusion, but by the annihilation of dark matter. These are theoretical objects that could have existed only at the very beginning of time. The bombshell here is that if these monsters exist, then they are the parents of supermassive black holes. NASA is afraid of this discovery because it means we do not understand what 95% of our universe is made of at all. We just saw the cosmos' first predators. Look at this lace, Galaxy IC 5332. Previously, Hubble showed it to us as a classic spiral with dark patches of dust. We thought there was emptiness. Webb revealed a bombshell. In the infrared image, the dust disappeared, and in its place, a complex network of filaments appeared. It looks like the neural network of a brain. Every star is connected to another by these gas bridges. This proves that a galaxy is not just a cluster of rocks. It is a single organism. NASA has no explanation for how such a perfectly ordered structure could have arisen on its own. It looks more like an artificial power grid than random chaos. And here's the final nail in the coffin of old science. Galaxy Glass Z13. Webb saw it as it was 300 million years after the beginning of the world. What is the main bombshell? Light analysis revealed the presence of oxygen there. Oxygen does not appear on its own. It is forged only inside stars that have already lived their lives and exploded as supernovae. For oxygen to appear in this galaxy, generations of stars must have already died before it. And that takes hundreds of millions of years. Why is this panic for NASA? Because if the very first galaxies already have oxygen, it means there was already a long history before them. This finally proves the universe cannot be 13 billion years old. It is much, much older. We are just looking at the tip of the iceberg, ignoring the abyss of time that was before us. So what theory follows from these facts? It is deep and frightening. If Webb sees old galaxies where the beginning of time was supposed to be, then perhaps the Big Bang never happened. All these bombshells, from organics and nebulae to oxygen at the edge of time, point to one truth. We do not live in a one-time explosion. We live in an infinite universe that has always existed. What we considered the beginning was just a local event. Webb showed us that the cosmos has no age we can comprehend. It is much more massive and ancient. NASA is afraid to admit this because it means we are just a tiny spark in an eternal mechanism whose rules we are only beginning to learn. The truth turned out to be much grander than our fantasies. What do you think about this? Write in the comments, subscribe to the channel. We have just begun to see the truth. Give us a like, hit the bell icon, and be sure to watch What the Mars Rovers Found on Mars and 20 Anomalies of Space That Cannot Be Explained.